It's the challenge of getting access to data you can trust and reports that make sense and things you can understand. That's what puts people off. They see numbers and they get scared, when actually, as data professionals, we need to make sure we're doing the right thing to bring the data into their hands. Hi, my name's Charlotte Nichols. I'm based in London in the United Kingdom. I work for Lloyds Banking Group as a business intelligence manager. I got involved in the Tableau community when I set up the Community Drivers Tug along with my co-hosts back in 2020. I think the really hard part of working in data and working in business intelligence and analytics is knowing when something finishes, because it never finishes, because data is always evolving and you're always moving. So when do you prove it? And I really struggled with that as a grad, because I was like, I built this dashboard, here we go. And then next week someone was like, Charlotte, your dashboard hasn't refreshed. And I was like, what? Why? What do you mean? Like, I didn't know I had to do this week in, week out. It never ends. It's not about putting a line in the sand and saying, here we go, we've done this. It's about investing in your technology, investing in your platforms that give you that ability to churn out those really, really good data insights day in, day out for business users who can go in and they can trust that when they're looking at it, that is exactly the right thing and it's going to prove or disprove their hypotheses. My top tips for sharing data with people, the number one thing just has got to be keep it simple. I think it's so overwhelming when you go onto the Tableau public and you see the insane visualizations people are building. But to be honest, I've spent most of my life studying data, and half the time it takes me about 20 minutes to decode what on earth it's trying to show me. And that's so important, because if someone who's got a data background can't read those things, how are business users who didn't even have 5 minutes to speak to you going to have 10 minutes for you to explain what your visualization is showing them? Just because it's not super fancy doesn't mean it's not right, and that's what's really important. You know, we're living in an age when data literacy is not as it should be for the amount of kind of data that we have given to us every day, and we need to make sure as a community we're empowering people rather than scaring them. I think making data-driven decisions has really helped accelerate my career, because although I haven't necessarily always been the one making the decision, by empowering others, they're remembering those things. I kind of become the crazy data lady or the girl who's always arguing, like, look at this, look at that, here's a bar chart. And by doing that, people start to remember you and they think, oh yeah, Charlotte, she'll have the answer to this, but I don't have the answer to everything. I've just got good friends and data places to get answers for you.